Who knew after 20 years in real estate, I'd have to make silly videos for Instagram and come out behind a tree?
Stu, we need to do this stuff.
Why can't I just door knock into open houses like I did in the old days?
That doesn't work anymore.
Okay, so it's because I'm sitting here behind a tree, come use us for real estate.
The rock faces around Lake Tahoe are legendary. But this fall, new ones will emerge in the Tahoe Basin. Pullman, Moe, Gushu, and more. November 4th through 9th, the Grand Slam of Curling's first ever event in the U.S. is coming to Lake Tahoe, where the greatest rock stars on earth unite for 6 days of incredible curling, celebrity appearances, and après curl parties you won't want to miss. Get your tickets at thegrandslamofcurling.com. Let's rock.
Hey, curling fans, I'm standing here in front of Sheet Stew here at the High Park Club, and I just want to let you know that I'm so excited to sponsor the sport of curling, to help curling out. So you can go to stewcurls.com, see all my events, see the Stew Sell series, but you know what? I also sell real estate as well. So you need to buy a house, list a house, condo, rental, business. Look,
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Draw 15 of the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard here at the High Park Curling Club in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. My name's Jim Nix, and I may be joined a little bit later by Rory McCusker. He's busy with a couple of things, but we hope that he'll be able to pop on here shortly. Plus, he runs our production for us, so that's always a good thing. So our game this afternoon features actually two teams from Ontario, both of whom are sitting at 2-0 in this very short round robin. So the winner of this game would be the team that finishes first in the round robin and guaranteed of being into the playoff round. And I suspect the second team, I guess we're still going to have to do draws to the button here maybe or something, but the second team is would be probably on the bubble of whether or not they get in. I'm not quite sure what the playoff format is yet. We'll find that out for you as we move along and let you know. So this is Pat. We've got Mark Kean from Woodstock, Ontario, and we've got Mike Fournier out of Toronto, Ontario. Remember, Mike played out of Quebec for a few years, to a Briar or two, I believe, out of Quebec as well. Kind of familiar with him. Mark, I've heard the name. I'm not sure. Real familiar with Mark Kean. But we'll try to get you some information on both these teams as we move along. Right now we're just looking at draws to the button here to determine hammer. Looks like everybody's going to throw two. We're not usually on the air for this, so you're seeing it as early as I'm seeing it, really.
Yeah, it looks like a late start, Jim.
Yeah, a bit surprised that we would have been late. It seemed like there was lots of time allocated, but that happens sometimes. There might have been an extra game and extra in an earlier game or whatever, but for whatever reason we are a little bit late starting. We should have been ready to go a couple minutes ago.
I can tell you one reason.
Okay.
The earlier draws, 2 hours and 40 minutes in, there's still teams playing the 8th end, and that's not including extra ends. So
Wow.
This will be the next thing that competitive curling has to figure out, is these events that are not timed. Trying to find a way to get these games moving along, because as a competitive curler myself and someone who streams the broadcast curling all winter long, the moment there's a clock on these guys, they completely change their flow of the game.
Oh, absolutely,
Play much faster. For example, I had one of my favorite teams to watch, Asselin and Menard, playing under Jean-Michel Menard's name. Jean-Michel's throwing third. He's skipping the game. Then Felix, a skip himself, throws last. So all of a sudden you have 4 rocks per end for that team, where there's an entire hubbub where they have to come up with the shot together, talk about it for over a minute, slowly skate down. Then Jean-Michel will change the broom and the hack, and then he'll spin the rock, then he'll get up, then he'll clean his slider, then he'll do his pre-shot routine. It's an ordeal.
Yeah.
And it's full respect to those guys. Those are great curlers. They got to figure that out. They're and that's just one example of many. There's a ton of teams that it's just the respect for the flow of the game is gone. They've told themselves that they're better curlers when they take a long time. They've told themselves they make better decisions when they talk about every shot for 2 minutes, and they have no reason to change right now. So.
Yeah, and we know that they can, obviously, because they all do play with clocks in certain events, and they rarely have any big issues with that, so they can certainly play out quicker. I know myself, Roy, I've done, we haven't done a ton of games so far this year, but I've done at least 2 or 3 games that went over 3 hours, 8-end games, and one of them was an extra end, but the other couple were both just 8-end games, and you just kind of shake your head and think, how is this possible?
Yeah, but I mean, when you're out there, it's good to have an attitude of, well, no one can tell me what to do. I have to do what I'm going to be best.
Yeah.
It's going to give me the best chance to be at my best. But I think these teams are kind of, they're tricking themselves if they think that taking that long is going to make them better. It's not.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what the solution is, but something will have to come down, because it's the talk of people who put on events, club managers, event managers, officials. It's on the radar, and I do think we will see something. I think it'll have to be the Canadian tournaments that set the bar.
Yeah.
That set the standards.
I could see the day maybe somehow or other that you end up with a clock system, whether that be on an iPad or whatever, that the teams have to find a way to manage that themselves on the ice. So in other words, if you don't get to where you're supposed to shut it off. I know it could lead some arguments, but to shut your time off like a chess clock kind of thing, and you just have to be there and make sure that you shut that time off, because it's going to be very difficult to run that with enough volunteers. Every bonspiel to have enough people to run the clocks and everything. It's a challenge. I know we've done that down here, and it's not easy to do. But that's down the road a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, somewhere to exercise shame. I know the ice maker at my club will just park the scraper right next to your sheet and lean on it and stare at you. It's moderately effective.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be interesting. You just make that part of it. Well, the ice guys are going to start at 4:45. If you're still playing, so be it. But you're going to work your way around it. Yeah, it's just another hazard. Fournier puts one on the button, or pretty close to the pinhole. Just going to be not far away.
I'll use this opportunity to change up those teams. Looks like we got the rocks backwards.
Oh, okay. I'm not hearing you real good either. A little low.
Yeah. Okay, one little commercial break, Jim, and then we'll hop
okay,
right
perfect. Okay, sounds good.
Who knew after 20 years in real estate I'd have to make silly videos for Instagram and come up
So here we go. We've got Mike Fournier with hammer here in the first end. Lead Graham Robson on the Fournier team. About ready to throw. Spencer Dunlap lead for Mark Kean. Delivered the perfect guard. Split in the center line.
Yeah, I'm excited, Jim. This should be a good game.
Yeah, I would think these guys are going to be going to put on a good show for us. So that's nice.
Two teams kind of at like a similar development. They're both kind of knocking on the door of that top 30, top 45 teams.
Yeah. Working hard to get this one by. Lots of curl on the ice here, as we see most weeks now on the circuit. Very nicely done.
Will be Fournier with hammer. Really nice draw to the pin.
Yeah.
Kind of a different draw to the button. They just push rocks down to the away end and throw them all back. Hey, so
yeah. Makes it more exciting for the fans, I guess.
Saves a bit of time with no full team kind of practice on the sheet as well.
Yeah. So Spencer Dunlap, a left-hander. Playing his intern come around. And this one looks pretty good too. Snake it by. Ooh. So lots of clutter early. That's a good sign for us. And for those of you watching today, reminder as well, these are 8-end games. If you happen to be somebody that's been watching a little bit of the points bet over the last few days and playing 10 ends there, these are 8, as most bonspiels are now, outside of the Curl Canada events and the World events.
Yeah, I was wondering, Jim, why those points bet games are 10 ends.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised actually. I probably because the Olympics are still 10 ends, I guess, maybe, and they're using that as partially as a tune-up for the trials and whatnot.
Yeah, that's a standalone tournament though. The only thing I can think of is that they have less games per day, so maybe they're trying to make the product a little longer per show.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
Because that points bet is primarily a TSN entertainment product. That's not. It doesn't have a lot of function in the actual.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, there's points. It would qualify just like a tour event, but yeah, can't figure that one out.
Yeah.
I think the TSN curling property is like 10-end curling.
Yeah.
And I think that they want to just stay consistent with that. That's my guess. That's my moderately educated guess.
Yeah, that's interesting thought too, because we keep hearing that part of the problem with curling is the production. It's too long, so the networks seem to be wanting to make it a little shorter, and that's part of the reason why I think we don't sometimes see a lot of the lead shots anymore and different things like that. But so it would be interesting if they wanted to kind of stay with their norm, I guess, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right that they are concerned with improving curling as a television product, but they're not working together. They're still competing.
Yeah, true enough. So another left-hander. This one both left-handers on the front end of this Fournier 18. This is Pat, and he has the most challenging last name of all the names here today, and it looks like it's Stanakia, I think, according to Google's whatever Google has that tells you how to say stuff. That's kind of what they tell me. So it's a little bit of a different last name for us to try to pronounce, but it helped us out.
No matter how you say it, it was a nice run back in the first end.
Exactly.
Fournier is now shot rock. Still a line dance down the center line, so Fournier still got some work to improve this situation. Team Kean's A-okay with what they see, even though they're not shot rock. They've got some obstacles and junk to freeze too. So still liking their chances to force this end, I would think, is Team Kean.
Yep. He's got the weight. He's got a dandy here. Working hard to get it in. Not going to quite get there, but pretty nice spot just the same. Fournier figures this might be enough for of this. We got to remove some of the yellows, and it starts by running his blue back onto the high yellow, and he'll hope to get at least a couple rocks out of the way here.
Yeah, I think he's got nothing in terms of soft, tappy stuff. I think that blue's got to come back one way or another.
Yeah. Yeah, Mark Kean right now has the control zone well controlled. Matthew Garner, second stone. Looking to be close to the nose.
Okay.
Had the names backwards, actually.
Contact.
Yeah. That was actually standing Kean. Yeah, that's might not appear to be better, but it's probably a little better than it was for Fournier. There was a lot of opposition stones there, but he's still not out of trouble. He's got a great situation for Mark Kean here. First stone, Brady Lumley for Mark Kean. Looking to come right around. This one's got to curl a bit though, and it's got to slow down a little bit. Could be a little deep. A little bit of a mistake there for Lumley. Went a little bit too deep. When you're still pondering whether or not, though, he needs to open it up a little bit more rather than play the draw. Looks like he's going to do that. Well, maybe not. So I guess he's just going to try to, I think he maybe is trying to just hit the yellow, the high yellow, and make the double that way. It's going to have to go very straight, but it might do that with some weight.
Yeah, that last draw from Team Kean, it's tough because there's no good way to miss that.
No.
It's got to be right where you want it. Light's not the best and heavy is really not good, but might get away with one here as they've convinced Fournier to hit.
Whoa. Well, that's a nice shot.
Almost got all three moving, Jim.
He did, yeah. He only missed that back one by like half an inch. It's just a whole end of chasing for Fournier, though. He's going to that was a very good shot, cleaned things up very well, but Kean's still in a great position. If he can tuck this one around and stay above the tee line there, full 4-foot half buried would be pretty nice.
Should mention there has been a lot of local commentary out of the High Park Curling Club. This game is not one of those cases. Myself and Jim were curling stadium. Can't quite call us volunteers, but we are working remotely. I'm in Saskatchewan, Jim's in Nova Scotia. And we thank you for tuning in, joining us for some good early season action from the High Park Curling Club.
Yeah, definitely happy to be here. Actually, my daughter lived just down the street from the High Park Club for the last 4 or 5 years, and I walked by it by accident one day, just out for a walk, and thought, oh, here's the High Park Club. Didn't have a clue.
Which is not often in Toronto. You'll walk past the curling club.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
I've heard from Toronto curlers just over the years, the buildings just became too valuable, ended up being repurposed for other commercial and residential real estate needs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
High Park is in the middle of stew country.
Yeah, it's really pretty nice area, really, compared to a lot of other options around.
Oh, here, just getting a little bit of lag here. I wonder if the stream is frozen.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Yesterday was pretty good. First day was tough. It was early on. We had a lot of this going on, stopping and starting stuff. But
we go. We're back.
Yeah. So we just had a little technical issue there, so we didn't actually see what happened in that shot, but we can figure it out. Certainly got rid of a yellow or two, and now sitting yellow still. Mark Kean still sitting 1, and he's going to remove this stone. I suppose if you were really aggressive, you could throw a guard on this and try to maybe complete the steal. Just feel a little bit like you're letting him off the hook with this shot to me, but then again, might regret it if you try something else. So, little hit and stay. Still looking for the force more than the steal, I guess, is the big thing here. And if he can hit this and hang around, he's still in pretty good position to maybe accomplish that. Can't hit his own. Well, he's going to be okay.
Yeah, I think that was the right move. First end. That any kind of run back on that thing would have been pretty easy.
Yeah. I think he was trying to hit that on that side, Rory, or was he trying to hit it high side?
I wasn't paying enough attention.
Yeah. Would have thought he was going high side, but anyway, whatever. It worked out really nicely, and Mike Fournier now will look to remove the yellow and maybe get a little bit of a roll, make it a little bit tough for Kean to do anything with it, and try to pull off the magical skip's deuce here in the first end, but he's got some work to do that. Just nice control weight coming down here. So we were trying to move it over a little bit. And there it is. Got a nice little roll.
Yep, really nice. Checking the depth, of course, it's behind the tee line, but didn't really have a choice. There was only one direction to roll, and that's the way they went.
Yeah.
Sometimes you make a shot as good as you can make it, and it's, still not an amazing situation, but you can't fight that. You just gotta make them as good as you can make them.
Yeah, it's kind of certainly this end. It took a while to switch around a little bit, but it got completely switched from where we were a few shots ago.
In Team Kean, they were going for a force this whole end anyway. Like, we didn't see them really lay out for a steal. They weren't throwing guards. They kept occupying the front of the house.
Yep.
So, a moderately difficult shot, a hack weight hit and stay to force the other team. I think this is a pretty good success for Team Kean so far.
Yeah. So imagine he's looking for somewhere around a hack to board weight on this shot. It's got to get a little bit of curl, but
pretty lively rink, this high park. You can throw actual hack and fairly reliably you'll get that stone out, but lots of clubs you'll have to have 2 different grades of hack weight. One hack weight that actually is, hack weight, and then one that's a kind of a firm hack. Making sure you get rid of that stone. Looks like they're throwing that firm hack board kind of weight.
And the big question, can it hang on? If it does, it's just going to.
I don't know. Depends what angle you're looking at, Jim. From the head on, it looks in. From the overhead, it looks out.
Well, they were very quick, so I'm thinking, I know, that some of the overheads cameras are just not quite in the right spot for us, at least. So I think it's out. It looks out by a lot on the overhead, and they did look at it, but didn't spend all that much time. So I think it's out. I think he's throwing the blank here.
Yeah, just with that broom, that looks like big weight broom.
Yeah. Mike with the, I don't know if you can call it a traditional Quebec tuck, but it's he is from Quebec and he does tuck, so solid weight on this, just trying to get contact, roll away, and didn't happen. So missed opportunity for Fournier after being in severe trouble for most of the end. Looked like he had escaped with a blank end, but no such luck. Stays and picks up 1 here in the first end. We'll go to break with Fournier up 1-0 over Mark Kean. discussion between the ends here. We've decided that Fournier wasn't trying to blank that other rock was probably in, and he had to hit and stay on that. And, you know, so we let him off the hook for if everybody's keeping score. He doesn't have only just a 2 or something out of 4 now. He gets a full shot for that one. So
it's either that or his team is just the coolest cucumbers you've ever seen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
0 negative body language after the missed blank.
Yeah. You decide right out of the hand. Well, forget that. We're not going to do that. We'll just hit and stay. Yeah.
Pretty good end for Team Kean, but the middle of the lineup for Team Fournier was able to make enough hits and clear enough stuff up.
Yeah.
That the danger had largely dissipated by the time Michael got in the hack.
Yeah. I didn't quite get where he wanted to get to on that one, but Kean's going to ignore it anyway and come right around the corner.
Yeah, those ones suck as a lead. When you go in the rings and then end up guarding your stone that's in the rings, it's a million times more difficult than drawing around a guard.
Yeah.
Is setting a guard in a very specific spot. Harder to sweep as well.
Yeah. Going hard here, trying to get this by. Want to get by, still stay fairly high on it. Looks like it's going to be pretty good. Nicely done. So once again, we're going to have some rocks in play. It's good. Doesn't have a lot of choice right now. If you're Fournier, you can't really do anything with the one out front. You can't hit the one behind, so you're committed to some kind of a draw shot. He's going to opt for a guard.
Yeah, that's what the 5 rock rule has made so much fun, is this seconds initial stone when you don't have hammer. Because a lot of the times you can't do what you want to do, which is address the opponent's rocks.
Yeah.
And so it kind of either forces you to chase around the corner, which is usually not even that great of a result, even if you make it. Or, double down the middle. And so that's what we're seeing. We'll double down the middle. 2 big weight hits in the first end means his draw weight not quite there. And that unique practice we saw, Jim, that's the first draw he's thrown on this sheet yet.
Yeah.
So, tough one. Not even close.
No. So Kean now, at the point in the end that he is allowed to remove these stones, is going to probably just play the tight one. He's going to play this one, try to roll. He just indicated, so thanks for that, Mark. He's just going to try to make this and roll a little bit to our left as we look at it, his right. Set up another corner on that side. Got to be a little careful you don't take all the drop paths away, but it's pretty early in the end to have to worry too much about that. Matthew Garner. He ended up going the other way either way, so well guarded over there at least.
Quite a wall we've got on the outturn side here.
Yeah.
I think this benefits Team Kean. Still have that in-turn path. Both teams have to cross the center line to get to that kind of honey hole in the top 8.
Yeah.
As long as Team Fournier can keep making a really good guard, that stone will survive. But there's always a run back on those 2 yellows on the left-hand side as we see it.
Yeah,
and
for
again,
sure.
This guard has to be nearly perfect every single time you throw it. So, pretty good challenge from Team Kean.
This would be Stanakia again. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's a nicer throw.
So see those guards kind of in the right place. We see so often, even at this level, we still see quite often where teams play those guards just a little bit too tight, and they end up guarding the rock. But on ice that curls 3 and 4 feet and more, it doesn't really protect anything other than what it looks like a little scarier, but it doesn't actually stop you from getting to where you got to get to sometimes. Ooh, close. Very, very close to making that. Second one we've seen go by just by a smidge. So Mike's gonna maybe be a little aggressive. They're just chatting back and forth. Yesterday we had mics on these guys. I don't know if we have mics on them today or not, but
We do.
Yeah. We do? Okay. Let's get a turn.
Have to check the stream. Maybe our game is not the primary feature and we didn't get the mics. That would make a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah, possibly, yeah. Okay, that's fine.
I'm actually going to tap out for a shot or two and just check on the stream and see what we got going.
So Fournier looking to guard the yellow, actually. Or we might be playing the come around. Hard to tell. They don't. Yeah, come around a little bit, and doesn't really do either one, but did move the yellow over slightly, but still probably accessible. Kean, just he indicates. It's basically the same shot they just played. They were just a hair away from making it on the last shot, so try to make it just that little bit better. Different thrower. This is Brady Lumley. It's just off nose hit. Nose hit would make it as well, but it's going to be very close. Has to come up a little. Nicely done. That's the problem with not making that guard right. I could have done it either way.
No player mics.
No, okay.
No player mics on our sheet.
Okay. So if he had got just by the yellow or just above the yellow, he would have been okay and taken that draw, that race takeout away, but that run back, but he didn't. So our Kean, Brady Lumley made short work of making the run back, and now they're in really good shape right now. There is one blue one for Fournier to work with if he decides to work with it. Could tap it and tap it anywhere, actually, to the right, and you'd at least be shot rock if you can nail the weight. It's a little closer than those running those corner guards back. They're all first problem is they're all yellow. Second problem is it's not real short. You know, it's a solid 9 to 10 foot raise run back to make. So we're in a team discussion.
I think you got to let Team Kean run those guards back.
Yeah.
And so to do that, I think you got to give up on this idea of chasing the yellows, and you got to stay aggressive, tap that.
Yeah.
Make an in-turn tap on your close blue stone.
Yeah. So I'm not sure yet what they've decided to do. They may be, that would be looks really hard. They may be drawing through that port.
Yeah, looks like it.
No.
See, all that talk just to change the call back to the original one.
Yeah. The draw through the port is great if you ever make it perfect. Now they're going to play it. You can never make it perfect. It's going to be a dandy shot, but it looks very difficult.
I just don't think taking the guard and opening up the hole for Kean is a good thing. I think if you tick the guard on this, it's a bad miss.
Yeah.
So it's like, really, there's no good way to miss this shot. You have to thread the needle or else it's bad. So for that reason, I'd be staying away from this one.
Charlie Richard.
Not a very positive release. This will curl, which that's kind of what you need to make this shot.
It looks really close, though.
Oh, yeah. Look at this swing. The strategic dump.
Wow, that is a great shot.
Threw it exactly where you had to make it.
Yeah. Terrific shot. I mean, the first thing you have to do as a thrower is just kind of, somehow make all the rocks that are in the way disappear in your mind and just forget that. Just focus on the weight in the broom and hope everything's in the right place. That's just hard to look at sometimes throwing that shot, I think. But it was a great one.
A specific run back here, because you'd really like to run the middle yellow.
Yeah.
but you're gonna have to just paper the top guard in order to make that. Yeah, tough one, but the reward is pretty good if you can make it.
So I'm late, trying to make this straight back. If they make it, which they may well, they're going to be very close.
Oh yeah.
Great shot. Wow,
those yellows are even better spot.
Yeah. Being treated some pretty nice curling here right now.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, these teams are humming.
Yeah, it's even a little bit tougher shot now for Fournier in the sense that he doesn't. The previous shot he could almost get to where he had a little bit of backing to the rock he was throwing, but not so much now. Playing the bump this time, I think, Roy. So Mike Fournier in some trouble, but does have a little something to work with the blue stone that's just short of the rings. Can throw the right weight here, looking for T-line, maybe back 4 foot sort of weight. Probably back 4. He's not really looking to hit it straight. Straight back, that is. Hit 2/3 of the rock. Needs to curl. I guess it needs to curl and it needs to go as well.
Line looks good if they can get it there.
I don't know if it's going to curl enough or no. Can he get it? They got to go. Got to go. Great shot.
Barely.
Wow.
That's excellent sweep.
This curling's an easy game, apparently.
Yeah, these guys are showing us.
Yeah. Tough part, though, is the way they're going here. That don't be much doubt Kean will run one of them back onto it, but that's all Fournier could do.
Yeah, really entertaining end, just the way it kind of shaped up as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a fun end.
Yeah, angles are no good for Kean right now. Like, to get that blue one out of there. And even if they make it, it'll leave a pretty easy in-turn for Fournier. I'd consider just drawing to the top 4 myself right now.
Yeah. See
what Fournier does. And then if you want to get greedy with a run back on your last one for 3, then you could.
Yeah.
But it's always tough to let go of a good situation you thought you had brewing. So you get it in your mind, I'm going to score 2 or 3 here.
Yeah.
And then when that kind of changes, it's really tempting to keep chasing and get that situation back. But, sometimes it's best to cut and run. Just go for the 4 foot and see if you can score 2 on your own.
Yeah.
Because this guard isn't really dangerous. It's not protecting any blue. The only reason to run this back is to plant it and lie 3 under cover. So
yeah.
It's a bit of a greedy move by Kean. Like, if it works out, great. But I think this is also a way to get forced if you don't make the shot exactly how you want to.
Yeah, and you did drop 1 in the first end. I mean, you forced a 1 in the first end, so you kind of like to do no worse than tie this thing up, maybe to get a point. So we'll see how Mark makes along with it.
Ooh, just soft weight.
Soft weight, a lot of
this a million miles an hour at all.
No. It's in the neighborhood. If it curls enough. Oh.
Might have got shot rock out of it.
It might have, yeah.
And now you still have an obstacle to the 4 foot.
Yeah.
That's a decently wide port now that Fournier could draw through.
Yeah, I agree. Much more manageable port now. So Fournier play the intern, come around. It's a pretty good position right now. Except for I think yellow still won. Mike Fournier with his final rock here in the second end. Be delicate with this one. Got to go now if they want to be number 1.
Oh, it looks really close.
Yeah.
Oh, just a little nick, but I think that does the trick, Jim.
Yeah, I think so too, yeah.
He might be able to get nose. They're curling across that center line so hard.
Yeah. He's sort of a, whatever word term you like to use, like a heavy draw or draw that you just sweep hard at the end or something like that to make this. You don't really have to be very heavy, but you got to have enough to move it a foot and a half or so. Still lots of looking here, trying to figure out who's what.
Yeah, I think you got to play this as a shot for 1.
Yeah. Doesn't look like a lot of ice. What weight do you think he'd be throwing here, Rory?
Well, if you're going for 1, just kind of back 8, right?
Yeah.
And if you really want to get 2, you got to throw a full back line.
Yeah.
Maybe even a bit more, which is scary, but it's makeable.
Yeah. Kean with his final rock of the end. Looking to maybe get 2 here. Needs to curl. Needs to curl pretty hard right now. Don't know if he's going to sneak it by. No, he won't get by.
Just real heavy, Jim.
Yeah.
Real heavy.
Yeah, I think that was yeah, he was in the hack with that, and that's definitely more than he needed to have. So it looks like a steal of 1 here from Mike Fournier, who will now take a 2-0 lead after 2 ends of play here at High Park. The Stu Cells on Toronto Tankard. We'll be back right after the break. So there you go. So if you're left-handed and you're a curler and you want to go to a world championship, you might be able to get there. Just have to find out where it is this year. So a little bit of conversation here about where to go with this one. Fournier with a 2-0 lead here now, and maybe thinking this out a little bit differently. He's been pretty aggressive the first couple ends, and might give it to the corner here. It's already sitting 2. Kean trying to get a piece. Will he get a? Won't not. He'll get his own.
Slightly improves the positioning of his rock.
Yeah, it didn't. Yeah, yeah.
It's still going to be a 0 on the score sheet.
Yeah, but he's closer to the button. Anyway.
I find it interesting. So that's a flashed peel, but Mark Kean is still concerned with this middle. He's not going to put one in the bank over there on the wing.
Yeah.
Still trying to figure out how to improve his positioning down the center line. Makes me think Team Fournier should have considered coming to the middle.
Yeah.
Didn't seem like Team Kean was that concerned with the wing.
Yeah. Matthew Garner is second here in the third end. Trying to just set this up, I think, so he can have some kind of an angle on the 2 yellows. Is he, Rory, or is he going right around that? No, he's not.
He just doesn't like this overlap. He's trying to split his own yellow off. I think this is a plan B. Now they're trying to go right around.
Well,
Trading miss for miss here.
Yeah. Had it hit about another 1/4 of an inch, you would have moved it farther. He would have actually rolled right on top of the blue. But he didn't, so.
This makes the shot call pretty easy. Team Fournier up 2. As long as you can see a yellow shot rock, you hit it.
Yep. Trying to make this one curl. And just right on the nose. So Kean's finally going to get a crack at this one. Looks like, anyways. This is a kind of an odd end. See what he does with this. He's trying to run this straight back. Basically hit the blue on the nose, and then he'll hit the other blue one on the right-hand side as we look at it, and roll the yellow over towards the blues, the 2 blues. So trying to get a lot out of this shot, not just kind of open it up.
Yeah, that guard on, or that rock on the button is screwing up Mark Kean's plan.
Yeah.
Deal with that before he deals with anything
else. Not gonna
else.
get it here either. But
pretty darn good result.
Yeah.
Hit it on the right side. Here, let's look at that again. Yeah, that guard on. So the call was straight back. Is screwing up Mark Kean's plan. But if you're gonna hit it on any side, it may as well be on the low side.
Get it here either.
This jam. Really lucky with where that rolled as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and you've got the one out front. It's out there a little bit far, but you could use it if you have to. So, and it's your stone, so that's that. Like looking at how to remove this yellow one.
It's once again, Jim, a corner guard scenario that just goes unused.
Yeah.
I want to see the stats on that, how often teams throw corner guards and end up just completely disregarding them.
Well, yeah, I know. I agree with you. I think it would be kind of shocking as to how often that happens. So you're going to hit right in the crotch here and get rid of both, probably. Does. So no yellows left in the house.
Pretty darn nice.
Yeah. One could have went a little off, but it didn't. They did it perfectly. I think that's exactly what they were looking for.
I don't think there's quite an angle for a triple. Pretty
No.
close, but not quite.
Yeah, looks like about a hack weight call. He was sort of tapping the foot thing. So I think looking for a little bit of hack weight, maybe just a little tiny bit of flop inside. Not too far, I don't think. You're probably better off leaving this half exposed if you can.
Yeah, it's got to come back at some point. So, and you're the one that's going to make it come back. So it'll leave yourself a window at your own rock here.
Yeah. Get a buy. This should be pretty good if he sneaks a buy. Roll a little far.
Yeah.
It's all right, I think.
It's okay, but now it makes that blue even harder to get to.
For sure, yeah.
Just any kind of little overlap here. I don't think you even need to touch that yellow. Yep, exactly where Fournier is. As long as it's edge on edge, good enough. And the key here, if you're going to leave it more than half exposed, is don't put it too deep. Don't give an automatic angle, blue, yellow, blue to Team Kean. That's tried 4 stones in a row here to address the middle, and it's been unsuccessful every time. So don't give them an easier way. After complaining about pace of play, Jim, these two are humming along right on time.
Yeah, and we've had lots of rocks. It hasn't been because there's been nothing happening.
No.
So Mike Fournier now looking for a guard. Weaver's indicating it has enough. Just like to tuck a little corner here if he could.
Yeah, not too deep, boys. Not too deep. That's really nice. Curled just enough. Kind of walked away from it a little early. I'd be making sure that curled a little more, but
yeah,
I think that's just enough. You need a thick half of that thing to do yellow or blue, yellow, blue.
Yeah,
Very
yeah, he's going to have to run the yellow back. Going to have to make something happen on this shot, or he's going to have an awful hard time scoring. He's still got maybe the yellow run back on the rock that's on our right, but it would be really tough. So he's trying to go yellow, blue, yellow, blue. In a perfect world, he'd make that, but very, very difficult shot here. He's going to be close. Going to overcurl a little bit, though. Well, interesting to see what Fournier does here. Just be a little careful with the... Yeah. It's a very tough slash, but a little bit tougher than I thought it was at first, Phil.
Yeah, I don't even know if it sticks around. You'd have to be really specific with it.
Yeah.
Pretty safe to hit that yellow one.
The one right on top of the logo there?
Yeah, like the open yellow.
Yeah.
It would be safe to hit that, but no, I like this call. It's not dangerous. Leave him that slash. Right now, that run back is for 3. So you got to take away the big shot, and it's really not that crazy of a run back.
Yeah.
You just threw this as well. Why not? Try it again.
So Fournier in pretty good shape already. Job now will just to be make sure you don't make it easier. Sometimes that happens, but he can just about take everything away from Mark Kean on this shot, except for the little short slash, which is really, really tough. See where he goes with this.
Sweepers were really hard on it for the first half and then right off, so they may have killed this one, held it a little too far outside. Don't want to freeze this, guys. You don't want to be frozen. I think that run back's still there for 3.
Yeah.
2 at least.
I think he might end up playing the other shot that I see. The shot that I think he might play would be on that blue one that Mike just threw. Whether it's
yeah. Do you think they're close enough, Jim, that it'll pull the yellow towards the center line? The yellow might roll out?
Well, I think it might, yeah.
With the right weight, it's there for 1 for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not positive about 2. But let's just comment on the sweeping there. I think that was a panicked sweep, and I think Fournier threw that perfect.
Yeah.
I think his guys kind of panicked for weight. They hit it really hard for the first half. That kind of held it outside, and then by the end, they were getting it to curl. And, at that point, it had been overswept and it was a little deep. So I think a bit of a panic sweep from Team Fournier there. With respect, I've done the same thing many times.
Well, sure, yeah. I was going to say, you see that happen.
Every curler has.
Yeah. So Mark Kean now with a triple, quadruple type run back to score probably a single point. We'll see. It must be close. In the neighborhood, yeah. Not going to curl enough, I don't think.
No. Really close.
Yeah. But Mark Kean will Mike Fournier now will actually have another look at everything here, but I think at the end of the day, he will come away with a single. And he will take a 3-0 lead after 3 hands of play here at the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard. We'll be back right after the break.
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
Test. I hope we're not coming through on the split commercials. I'm just testing.
Okay. So we are back for end number 4 here at the High Park Club in Toronto, where Mike Fournier he's put into practice a play that if you score every end, even if it's only 1, you will win the game. So he has scored 1 in each of the first 3 ends, takes a 3-0 lead into the 4th end over Mark Kean from Woodstock, Ontario. Which I feel like I should know where that is, but I actually don't really know where that is. I lived in Ontario.
I found out this weekend.
Okay.
It's a little bit north, east of London. It'd be like north of the highway as you're driving back to Toronto from London.
Oh, okay.
Got a little excited about that one, Jim. Yeah, I was looking at it from out the airplane on the 24-minute flight from London, Ontario to YYZ.
Oh, wow.
The flight attendants race through the aisle handing out juice boxes. That's all they have time for.
Yeah. Yeah. So Mark Kean is going to try out the 2 corner guard strategy here. Split the corners, 1 on each side, and try to take advantage of them later. As Roy mentioned last end, it kind of threw up the corners and never really did too much with them, so he'll have to make a little bit of a commitment to them here. He's not down an insurmountable amount, but you do need to start to think about scoring here somewhere, so a couple points would be pretty good for Kean. Go to the break, maybe down 1. Fournier got a couple in. He's going to throw up a center guard now, and we'll see what Mark does with his. Stanikia. Got to get it over a little bit further. And there he goes. Pretty good shot. Kean figuring he can't afford to just leave all of those rocks there, so he's going to try to move them around a little bit. Sometimes tough to know exactly when to make a move behind the corners and how much you can afford to leave in the center area. We'll get a couple of them. It's a nice shot. Fournier now going, he's deciding. So pretty good indication from Mike there that he wants to go somewhere of those 3 or 4 spots. We'll find a wait a second and see what he decides. So now he's talking. Go ahead, sorry, Roy.
No, there's no real double peel. Like you could try, but you're never cleaning all that up.
No.
So, until there's a more looming threat.
Well, after all that.
Yeah. See, at that point, you're just peeling for the sake of peeling. You're peeling because there's a voice in your head saying, you're up 3 points, you should peel. Like, I don't actually think that does anything for you. Like, being principled is a good thing. But, I think his team just talked him into something that Mike himself kind of recognized. We're not really threatened right now. Yeah. None of these rocks are hurting us. And so there you go. Boom. Now you've put one of them in the rings. You've made a shot for the opponent. So really bad choice, in my opinion. Gonna roast him for that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree in the sense that I didn't really see why you would do that right there. Not
it's the 4th end as well. So if you're giving up a point this end, right? Like it's giving up 2. It's still like a pretty even game. Like you have a slight advantage, I guess, but you don't want to start playing like you're in control here, man. Like we just got to make rocks go away. Like no, you're a long way away from that. So stay aggressive, keep your foot on the gas pedal. And I think Mike had that in his head, but his team just sort of, I think that second just likes throwing big weight. That's really all we've seen him throw besides those 2 guards in the second end.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a good point on the, keeping your foot on the gas a little bit there. He wasn't really in any kind of danger, and why not just go ahead right around and let it play out a little bit here. You're still not going to play yourself into trouble, but it's a good shot.
You always need to have an answer as to why. Having little voices in your head, things your coaches have told you, things you've learned from games, that's fine. That's good. You can use that, but you always got to know why you're doing something. And if the answer is, well, we're up points, we should peel, I don't think that's a good enough answer.
No.
I think you need a better answer than that. So, I don't know. Someone can prove me wrong. Hit the chat. Let's armchair skip here.
Yeah.
Chat. We can talk curling. I did notice, Jim, we actually don't have a ton of viewers, about 30 or 40, and I don't think that's any. The only reason that might be the case is there's like 13 games you can watch on Curling Zone right now.
Wow.
We have an incredible amount of, just a stupid amount of curling going on this weekend. We have Martinsville. That's a Tier 2 Slam qualifier event, mostly Saskatchewan teams, but the prize is pretty big for that one. You get to go to the Tier 2 Slam in December in Saskatoon. We got the MJT, I'm pretty sure, out of Manitoba. Vernon has a tournament going on this weekend. And, of course, the Stu Cells. That's 4 super high-quality curling tournaments you can choose from.
Yeah.
So, lots of choice.
Yeah. There's a couple other things that are going on, too. You have PointsBet going on, and you have the Blue Jays probably starting to play in about right now or a few minutes ago.
Those really good points.
I'm not sure what time they're playing, but it's soon, I think.
2:08, Jim. If you hear me get a little less talkative around that time, you'll know why.
Okay. 2:08, okay, yeah. So that's, 5:08 my time, so still a little bit. So back to the game, after we get a little sidetracked. Doesn't happen very many years, so I guess we get forgiven for being a little sidetracked. And Jerry's our boss is a big Blue Jay fan too, so he'll forgive us for taking 5 minutes to chat Blue Jays probably.
I was just in this area in London, Ontario for the Grand Slam of curling, and the province of Ontario is gripped in Blue Jays fever. That's all anyone wanted to talk about.
Yeah. Be a little late on this.
Yeah, not a great result. That overlap is not beneficial to Team Kean.
No.
Kind of another decision for Team Fournier here. Getting pretty late in the end, and not a lot of danger that they're looking at, but no true force spot. They're Blue Rock in the top 4, top 8's in a really good spot. You can't freeze to it and reasonably expect to make a play on it. So, man, I'd be tempted to leave things just exactly the way they are right now.
Yeah, I don't really like doing anything with these yellows here. You're just going to open yours up at the back, at the top of the button, or top of the forefoot there. Almost no matter what you do, you're going to have to open that up. So,
I guess the temptation would be just tuck another one into that intern across the center line drop path. We've seen that curl a ton, especially coming home.
Yeah.
So a little half tuck.
Yeah.
Maybe. And that one, as long as you're out counting the yellows, is a pretty good shot. I guess you create another obstacle that Kean could then just draw around into the forefoot himself. But I don't know. I would not be touching those yellows whatsoever.
No. Looks like he's going to go open side.
Nothing wrong with that either.
No.
Little insurance rock. If you really want to eliminate those 2 yellows, lie 3 with no double or triple.
Yeah. That was my first thought, and then I figured, well, if I go there, he has only got 3 rocks left in the end. He's probably going to just come around those yellows.
Yeah.
But
I think those are the 2 calls, Jim. Open side, just an extra kind of insurance stone, but knowing what you said is true, he's going to make an in-turn draw across the center line. I'd maybe even beat him there. Just put him just kind of northwest of Stu's forehead, right in Etobicoke there on the cityscape. Block his path.
Yeah. So Charlie Richard now looking to play really just an out-turn draw to pretty much D-line. Try not to go too far out on this. I think I'd like to be somewhere where I'm going to be close to being shot if he decides to go around that guard, the yellow guards.
Well, that's right where he tapped his broom.
Yeah.
It's really good because there's no hit and roll now. Like, you can't roll behind the pile and still be shot. So a smart call by Fournier, asking for that one for a back four depth.
Yeah. Move these around a little bit. Took off a little bit on them.
Okay, slightly better angles. We've got a yellow in the 12-foot. You know, now that lineup is going right to the button, so things are looking a little better for Team Kean. Problem is they're running out of stones.
Yeah, they are that.
Like, if this was halfway through the end, that's a very good playground to try and create a bunch of points. But now, am I correct? Are we at skip stones?
No, not yet. Oh.
No, I think we are.
Oh, okay. Yep. I thought we had one. I thought we still had 1/3 each.
That's because the guy losing rocks was doing a bad job, Jim. But now we're caught up. So yeah, you're line 3. And I don't even think there's really any doubles. You're still looking pretty good. I don't think you have to hit the open yellow one. I think take away this this freeze.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
those
so.
Two yellows will go straight back, but it's too late. I don't think that's really a danger to you at all. Just choke off the 4-foot.
Guys are working hard on this one.
Really nice sweep.
Yeah.
Just barely gets that to cut off the kind of nose tap. Now, it might still drag a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it would. I don't know. It's hard to tell from here whether or not it would still drag past the high blue one or not, but it looks like it might.
Yeah. Yeah, if you hit a 1/3 or less, I think it gets by the blue.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. It's tough. I'm not the best with that kind of stuff.
No. Mike's had a pretty good game himself. He's got a pretty good handle of what's going on. Kean now looking at what he needs to do. I think he needs to just draw the button, pretty much. Yeah. This is the only way I see that he'd actually have a good chance or a reasonable chance of getting a couple. Anything else, I think he ends up getting forced to take one.
Yeah, you got to be shot rock right now, basically, I think. There's only one place to go. Where Fournier ended up being, it ends up being really useful because it arguably curled enough to take away the yellow tap, but it's still exposed enough that you could send it almost straight backwards if you ever had to.
Yeah.
It's been a strong game from Fournier team. Just that first end, but they survived that.
Yeah, first end was real scary, but big shot from Kean here. Really needs to make something happen. He's got good weight, just needs to curl.
Almost there. They get shot. That's another really good sweep. This ice seems very responsive to sweeping. Like the momentum kind of carries. They seem to glide in there. So those last few brush strokes seem to be quite effective.
Yeah. So Fournier now would just look to hit this, probably hit and stick right there would be perfect.
Right on the nose, yeah, is absolutely perfect. That's got a lot of curling to do.
Does it ever?
You can see it from here.
Wow, this is not going to be good, I don't think. He might just hit enough of this to drive it on the other one. Oh, he got away with it.
Yes, he did. Yeah, right out of his hand, you can see a bit of a float.
Yeah. So, trying to stay alive here in this one. Kean. Final shot. Needs to make it to score.
Has he thrown a draw yet?
I don't know. I didn't even know for sure if he's throwing a draw here.
Oh, he's not. Yeah, he's hitting.
No, he's throwing the hit, yeah. Judging by the sweep in, I should be okay. Now,
weight looks really nice.
Yeah.
Should come in.
Nice shot from Kean. He'll feel a little better about that. Gets on the board. Still trails, but back to 3-1 in favor of Mike Fournier here at the end of 4 ends of the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard. You're watching on the Curling Stadium Network. We'll be back right after the break.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
Who knew after 20 years in real estate, I'd have to make silly videos for Instagram and come out behind a tree?
Stu, we need to do this stuff.
Why can't I just door knock into open houses like I did in the old days?
That doesn't work anymore.
Okay, so it's because I'm sitting here behind a tree. Come use us for real estate.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at the RockShop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. The RockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Let's go back for end number 5. I fear that is an odd one to kind of recap. It looks early on at first stand early. It looked like Kean had Fournier in massive heaps of trouble, and Fournier escaped that and has managed to score a couple ones along the way. And then Kean facing 3 in the end of the last end got his single point to trail just 3-1 after 4 ends of play. So anyone's game still at this point in time to win for sure.
Yeah, it seems like this is one of those ones where Hammer seems to be a curse. The team with Hammer has never done well. Fournier got forced in the first end with Hammer.
Yeah.
Hasn't had it since, and has had 3 really successful ends since then.
Yeah.
Maybe getting rid of the Hammer might help Team Kean get in more of a groove. Got double guns down the middle. Love to see that. That rock looked like it bit pretty hard. Like I'm not the sweepers. Yeah, they look confused. I think that either caught something or the rock just kind of lost some momentum. But that started really peeling in towards the middle. Unfortunate miss, because that's going to help Team Kean in their mission to clog up the center.
Yeah, certainly a good start on that so far. They just got to start making a few more shots, though. They haven't really had a, Mark might not have been having his best game, but the team has not given him a lot here so far in the last couple ends. Spencer Dunlop with his second rock here in the 5th. Did come around all of that stuff in the front. Maybe. Got another guard anyway. Well, this would be normally a time that the Fournier's team would start to kind of clean things up, but there's a lot of mess up there. It would take a few shots to make much of an impact. So for Kean, that's a pretty good setup right now. We're probably trying to get rid of both yellows. He will. So good shot there by Kean. Time, Rory, or one rock too early, or
down 2 without? It's never too early. You're or sorry, what are you asking, to come around?
Yeah.
I'd be guarding until basically skip stones.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going around here yet. I think it's set up. It's just set up too good from Fournier to kind of get rid of a lot out there in the front, or maybe run back into mine or whatever, and then their whole end's gone. So I think I'm going out front a little bit for a couple more rocks at least.
So now that I'm truly thinking about it, you could tempt Fournier into. I think it's too early. Here they go though. But I guess the temptation here is, if they miss the run back, or they miss whatever attempt they're going to make to get rid of this thing.
Yeah.
You at least have one on the forefoot. Now you know what you're guarding.
Yeah.
Problem is, yellow, pretty juicy. I'd be surprised if he runs the blue. I'd see an opportunity to get rid of 2 yellows here.
Yeah.
All right.
So looking for the straight back here, I think.
Let's take this from straight on angle. I was going to say we could see his release, but I was late to the punch. It's pretty good.
Yeah, just can't curl anymore. Nicely done.
Yeah, there's my point, though. You basically made the shot, and it's still not very good.
Yeah. Well, you can't hit that, I don't think. So we got the out-turn draw coming again. Try to get a little bit more movement out of it. It was pretty good last time, but took a while. Lumley's first here and 5. Sweeper's just kind of right off of this.
Just gave it a bit of a push.
Yeah. Not sure.
Line would have been just fine.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely not one to be heavy on, but Fournier now going to try to get rid of a couple of these guards. Did about a half a stone probably. And Charlie Richard. Pretty close.
There we go.
Yeah, it's a very nice shot.
Not that awesome of a scenario for Team Kean to play a force at this point. But it's still early enough that you could switch gears and just start eliminating blues. Yep, getting your yellows in front of blue rocks, and before you know it, might be a simple force in front of you. But that center line setup they worked so hard to create, it's always tough when you're trying to steal. You're only one shot away from it all falling apart. So one missed draw, the whole scenario has now flipped.
Yeah, exactly. And now you're just trying to minimize the damage and hopefully find a way to force to 1 at this point.
Really nice weight on that shot. Good, easy control weight.
Yeah.
Didn't quite roll as far as they wanted to, but pretty darn good.
So Richard now look to remove the yellow. Basically as close to a nose hit as he can get. Probably would be what he'd like. He roll a little bit to the right as we look at it.
Yeah, you're kind of just playing keep away. Your team Fournier just making the safe shot. Rolling out, not the best there.
No.
No, we gotta find out if that back yellow is in the rings. That's a big if.
Yeah.
Jeez, I don't know. Let's see if I can see from here. Probably, if it's in play, it's probably touching paint.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly.
So that makes that rollout from Fournier's team pretty significant. Little hit and roll frozen. Force is back in the conversation.
So probably trying to double these off. Let's just be a little careful where the rock goes back. And if it makes contact with the blue stone at the back, but let's wait.
Another nice, easy control weight. And, oh, is it perfect or is it 1 millimeter too far?
I don't know.
That's what's one of those. I think they're indicating it's blue. Oh, is that ever unfortunate? Just had to click that second blue on its way over, and instead the natural momentum of the rock, the spin, kind of got it on the high side of the nose. You feel bad for Mark Kean. That was a really well thrown shot, almost perfect.
Yeah. Do you feel they're just a little casual on some of these even sweeping that down there? I'm thinking, I don't know, they just seems a little casual to me. I'm just like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we've had a few.
Yeah.
That one is so specific, like it'd be hard to even get right even if you're trying, but
yeah. Yeah, I guess, and they would have already talked about the fact that if we make it perfect, we're still probably jamming on the back one, but if we're perfect, we're okay. So Fournier now looking to split the house here. Ooh, they got to go some. I guess they're okay. It's a tough call for Mark Kean. Ooh, he's going to be really close on this. Oh.
Wow, really nice attempt. So close.
That was, yeah, I really thought that was going to make that. That just looked really good. Too good not to make it. It's a great effort.
Back against the wall. Mark Kean. You know, it's a frustrating game for these guys. It just never really felt like they were really in a huge amount of trouble, but just, you know, 1,000 cuts. Steal here, steal there. Pretty bad fourth end, actually, now that I think about it. But
yeah. So Mike Fournier now with a chance to kind of seal this one away maybe a little bit. Got a hit for 3, open hit for 3, just has to stay. Didn't expect him to have too much trouble with this. And he's fine. He will pick up his 3. Bad break for Mark Kean here in this end. But Fournier will pick up 3 and take a pretty commanding 6-1 lead after 5 ends of play here at the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard. We'll be back right after the break.
We are here at the RBC Bloor West Village branch, and I'm here with 2 of their best mortgage brokers, Keith Joel and Dave Thompson. RBC has been an amazing sponsor of my curling season for about 10 years. And Keith, why is it so important to be involved in the community and sponsor youth sports?
First of all, Stuart, it's been a fantastic 10 years. I'm so happy to be involved, and so is RBC. We enjoy being out there, meeting all the curlers, and having a lot of fun along the way. So thanks for that.
I just want to say I'm with you. I'm a big supporter of the community, and I just want to let everyone know all my mortgages with RBC, all my accounts with RBC. It's an amazing bank. These are great mortgage brokers. So look, go to rbc.com and come into the Bloor West Village branch and visit these great guys.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
Hey, all you curling fans sitting at home watching the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard here at StuCurls.com. Look, High Park's just down the road. We're here in the Junction. If you bring the map card with you, come to Caribou Gifts and start your Christmas shopping early and get some great gifts for the family.
So, after 5 ends, Mike Fournier of Toronto here, up 6-1 over Mark Kean from Woodstock. Big 3-ender in that last end, Rory. Just kind of came a little bit out of nowhere. A little bit of a bad break for Mark Kean on his last shot. He had to try a very, very difficult cross-house double, but he came just within a hair of making it.
Yeah, you feel bad for him. 2 really nice throws, the control weight hit and roll, and then that big weight double, and just got robbed. Like, so close to making them both perfect, but ended up making neither one of them. So understandable frustration from Team Kean. They decided at the start of the 5th end they're going to go hard for a steal force.
Yeah.
And, with great risk comes, sometimes a pretty bad punishment. So that's what ended up happening. Now it's Team Fournier fully in the driver's seat here.
Yeah, pretty solid. It's 6-1 you're not going to lose too many of those, and not very often do you make it much past this next end, but we'll see. Certainly needs to get a minimum of 2. Probably 3 would be more realistic, but certainly a minimum of 2 to stay in this one.
3 keeps them in the real conversation. 2, you'd forgive them for playing another end, but that's game over.
Yeah. So up go the corner guards for Kean. He needs as much out there as he can get. Going to the same side double corners this time.
Yeah, stacking them on the same side. That kind of got sort of popular about 5 years ago and then sort of faded off again. So it's just, if you have a plan, great. But
yeah.
To me, that's an easier double peel when you're keeping them on the same side.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never gotten completely sold on the double corners myself. It's of course it's a part of the game that at the level I play at nowadays we would never play that anyway. But I still just I understand people have tried to explain the concept to me and everything, and they have explained it, but I'm just not buying into it most of the time for me. So. So Fournier basically pile the first couple into the house and try to keep them lined up, and they've done a pretty good job of that. As we mentioned earlier, both these teams 2-0 going into this game. Will be their final round robin game. 6 divisions of 4 teams, so I'm kind of going to guess a little bit that the winners of each round make it into the playoffs, and then maybe the next 2 best next records. I'm not really sure. I'll have to find that out before the next game. This one's got to curl a bunch. Maybe just a hair's little tiny weeny rub would be good. Not quite, but he's going to get it over there pretty good anyways. When you probably go peel the guards. No, maybe not. Maybe they don't. They probably line up on the blues a little bit, maybe. Going after the back one. Would be horribly upset if it ever took one of the corners out, but after the back one looked a little on the wide side to me. You gotta curl a long ways. Get by that. He will.
Oh, wow.
He'll get by everything.
That's hard to do.
Yeah, that was hard to do, yeah. Yeah.
Well, if anything, it eliminated a blue that may have come to hurt you eventually.
Exactly. Yeah.
That one, yeah, it's tough. I'd consider just taking off that tighter guard.
Yeah.
In that situation.
Yeah, and to be fair, I guess to Mike, I mean, the thrower has to understand that too a little bit, and certainly. Set that out a little bit. You could see it on the release where he just kind of put it back on the other side of the center line, but sometimes it's better just to say, well, let's just go hit that other one and not fool around with the thrower having to make sure they don't throw it wide, sort of thing. So I don't know if all that went through anybody's head, but it just seemed a little odd to me. They weren't hitting something up front. So second come around these corner guards. And this one too has to curl a long way. Yeah, just haven't got the right weight for that shot. I mean, that's got to be, you got to throw that lighter than that.
I don't think that's very good.
What's that?
I don't think that's a very good result.
No,
I think there's an in-turn double.
Well, I agree. Yeah, no, I don't think it's good at all either.
What might be even better is like just a hit and roll, but that might be too delicate. I think you huck a in-turn bullet.
Yeah.
Try to get half of that yellow.
Curling's a funny game sometimes. You can sit behind the glass like we are, or sometimes even these guys, if they were behind the glass watching a game like this, then they'd be like, oh, you can't do that. Just hit the guard. Just get rid of that guard. What are you doing? And blah, blah, blah. But then when you get on the ice and it's you making that decision, you do this. You take like 5 minutes to figure out, what do we do here? You know, it's kind of odd that way. 5 minutes, a couple minutes.
And I'm sure anyone who cares has access to this information, but the Blue Jays just hit a home run in the first inning, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Go away. I just looked, actually, and it was nothing, but the good news about that is if they're going to have a chance to win, they need Guerrero to be good, so, or to be something other than he's been. He needs to be more of an air. Oh, going to hang on, going to make the double, and he will. Great shot.
We just got excitement all over the place, Jim.
Yeah.
Still an okay scenario for Team Kean, right? They got the overlap corners. They've got something to freeze to. You know, they're not dead yet. Just got to make a few shots here.
Yeah, like 3 in a row, I think. So Brady Lumley now, play the intern, come around. And as Roy just said, you've got some stuff to work with here, which is, you know, some days you don't have anything to work with, so let's take what you've got and run with it. Very nice shot in there.
Absolutely. Yep.
He's going to draw.
Yeah, besides single peeling that inside yellow guard.
Yeah, me too.
I don't really know what else you do. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
And up 5. You're not up 3. You're up 5. So it at this point it does dictate a little bit. No matter how juicy you think that opportunity is.
Well, I think, I think by playing the draw is the only way that you play yourself into possibly 3 here. And if you peel this guard out of here, then it's going to be really, really tough for Kean to find a way to score 3.
Yeah.
So that's the way I kind of look at it, anyways.
Not a very smooth slide. That thing is curling a lot out of his hand.
Yeah.
Gets away with it.
Yep. So interesting call here. Basically try to tap the yellow back a little bit and leave your other yellow just in front of the blue a little bit, so it takes a corner there. And if you can make it perfect, it might be the only way to kind of protect both these rocks a little bit. So
a lot of weight to it.
Yeah.
That's an okay result.
Yeah, just like you say, just a little bit more weight than he wanted, I think. But
should be able to get to the nose on this one, the way it's swooping.
Yeah, the guard's pretty long. So Michael Fournier. really just trying to get the top one. You might be able to find a way to get 2, but you're not going to throw very hard. Not real hard anyway, so 2 might be a little tough. A little different sliding device for Mike.
Just the easy way. You can see the sweepers indicate a little bit down. Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, it looks really good. Might make them both.
He over curled. No, that's more than good enough. Really smooth shot from Mike Fournier. You can see him coming out of the hack with that laser focus. Just a really nice release, and yeah, he's playing smooth today.
Yeah. So what do you do here?
Mark Kean,
what's that?
He has not had a lot to work with this game. When it comes to Mark's shots, not much opportunity there.
No. It's hard to even draw anywhere where you're going to be in a good place. You could rub. I was just going to say that's. I was going to say you could come down, just rub off the one that Mike just threw, and roll kind of right on top of the face on the circle. Stu's face, right across it. Awful hard shot to play where you're trying to just get back in a game here, but.
So is this a triple over top is what they're looking at?
I don't think, I don't know, well, maybe, yeah, I never really considered they were looking at the triple. I was thinking that they were just trying to look at, originally I thought they were just going to play this a little lighter and try to hit and roll basically off of this one and go low enough to be behind the blue and the 4-foot, but you might be right. Maybe they're throwing a little harder than that and trying to make.
Well, you gotta keep the shooter no matter what. So
yeah, no, that's the thing. Yeah. So maybe he's playing it as a double basically, and this says, okay, well, let's make the double. Hopefully, we can get a little action where we don't sit wide open.
Yeah.
And don't worry about what happens on that other side of the sheet there.
No, I think it's your first call, Jim.
Yeah. Jesus, boys, you got to sweep it a little bit earlier than that.
Okay, well, 2 yellows in the rings.
Yeah, there is.
You're going to need a flat miss from Fournier no matter what, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, no need to get too fancy here. I think a slight roll under the corner is really good.
Be fine, yeah. Yeah, ideally, I don't think you try to roll anywhere towards your own there. It just gives you a better chance of setting up something for a 2.
Yeah. As it stands right now, I'm not sure how Kean gets rid of the blue counter and keeps a yellow. Like maybe that running the long corner, maybe. But
yeah.
Looking pretty good right now. No reason to overthink it. Potentially game-winning shot here, Jim.
Yep. Mike Fournier with his final one here in the 6th end. As Rory said, this one could be the one that puts a nail in this one. Might be good enough, to be honest. Gonna have to play it really thin, I think, and make the double that way. Real thin double.
There's a thin double for 2, yeah.
Yeah. Shouldn't take long to call it. It's the only shot there is, I think. So Mark Kean just getting ready to throw his final one here in the 6th end. If he can make it, get a couple, get back to 6-3 and keep playing. And if he can't, then he's probably going to go take a break and watch the Blue Jays game.
Yeah, the boys are smiling.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, just lost the camera. Let's see you full here. Let's get a little crazy, Jim. We'll follow it with the back cam.
I like this anyway sometimes. So high hard one for Mark Kean, trying to hit just a hair of this. He's going to be really close. Going to hit a little too much, I think.
Over the top.
Pretty nice effort. But Fournier will pick up one here, or pick up a couple here probably, and that'll be handshakes all the way around. Mike Fournier improves to 3-0. Kean drops to 2-1, and we'll see who makes the playoffs a little bit later. So thanks very much for taking this one in with us here on Curling Stadium. Lots more action to come all weekend long on all kinds of events being covered by Curling Stadium this weekend. So be sure to take it in. On behalf of myself, Jim Nix, and Roy McCusker, thanks for joining us. And we'll see you again in a couple of hours.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Roy.
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
Who knew after 20 years in real estate I'd have to make silly videos for Instagram and come out behind a tree?
Stu, we need to do this stuff.
Why can't I just door knock into open houses like I did in the old days?
That doesn't work anymore.
Okay, so it's because I'm sitting here behind a tree. Come use us for real estate.